And so as I was in the wheelchair, as she wheeled me through the door, I stopped talking and she kept talking. I noiselessly and painlessly died while in the wheelchair. I didn't talk anymore, so she kept talking. She noticed that I wasn't speaking, so she went into a state of panicking. She started screaming. The nurses and the doctors that were on that floor, they came, and she said, "My husband is not breathing. What's wrong?" And I was watching this whole process. I was out of the body, just like in the movie Patrick Swayze, in the movie Ghost. So my teacher met me at that time. He told me when I got initiated by him that I don't have anything to worry about because all of the initiates will meet their master when they die, if not earlier, in meditation. And so he met me, and he was still living at that time. So as he escorted me out of the hospital, I was laughing, and he was laughing. I tried to grab their hands because they were cutting off my expensive jacket. He said, "They can't see you. Your hand will go through the body." And so he said, "You can read their minds." I said, "Yes." My senses that all human beings are wearing, they get restricted by this body. The grossness of the physical body restricts us. Women have more intuition than men, but men can have it too. But in that world, you can actually hear what a person is thinking. Not only can you hear, you can actually see their thoughts as they form it in their mind. So you can communicate through telepathy. You can use words if you wish. They add to the beauty of the conversation, but you need not do that. That world is one of truthfulness. In the physical world, people can deceive people. They can play a game, and we can't tell unless we have great intuition, and you still need verification. Because in the physical world is made of uncertainty. So as I was with my teacher, I said I wanted to see the sun. He said, "Let's get out of this place. Let's go." So since there's no gravity, we just went through the roof of the hospital, flew extremely fast, and I said I wanted to see the sun. He said, "What's wrong with you? You see the sun every day. It's a boring experience." So we stopped there for a moment, saw it, a huge, gigantic explosion of nuclear energy, atomic energy, nothing but fireballs. I didn't feel anything, but I could hear the explosion. And he said, "You see it every day, so let's leave this boring experience." So as we traveled great speed, faster than the speed of light, we crossed the entire galaxy as we know it. Trillions of stars, suns, moon, planets, asteroids, all kinds of debris. We crossed it in just less than a fraction of a second. And then we went through a tunnel. As we go through the tunnel, I started seeing people coming out of the tunnel. And some of them I knew earlier in the 1700s, 1600s, even earlier.
Was that from your past lives?
Yes. So when you wake up, the only thing that makes you know that you are at a higher level of consciousness is your memory comes back. The minute you wake up from a dream, you don't have to pinch yourself. You don't have to open up your eyes. You don't have to move your body. Your memory come back that I'm 16, 20, 30, 40, however old you are, that memory lets you know that you're in a world in which people are living longer than you or no more than 100 years of age. Same thing happens when you go into the astral world. Your memory comes back of thousands of years. When I went there, I suddenly woke up and I was 3,000 years of age. So when you go to the causal plane, memory of millions of years come back as you go higher and higher. Then you cross time into the self-realization stage. I didn't know everybody, but some of them called me by a strange name, which I recognized at that time because my memory was improving. And as they called me by this strange name, I responded. And they said, "Where are you from?" I said, "From America." "What part?" I said, "Chicago." "Well, we're going to be going to California, but we're going to get in touch with you if you come back." "What's your phone number and address?" I gave it to them, knowing that they would go through a river of forgetfulness. Everybody that takes birth in the physical world, not everybody, but most, they go through this strange thing which I call spiritual Alzheimer, where they can't recall. They came up with a word today which they call deja vu, which means vague memory. I've done this before. I've seen this person before. I've had this, but you can't put your fingers on it because of the Alzheimer that's there. Some children do remember. But let's go into me leaving that tunnel. After I gave them my address and name, I knew they would forget and get into the experience of deja vu.